Right, so today's job is to have a look at the tailgate on the Range Rover. This one has gone at the bottom, and it's also gone on the inside face as well. So because of that, I thought it would be better to use a second-hand tailgate, which is why I brought this one. So this one has started to rust on the bottom, but is nothing compared to what the other one is. So what it has done is it's gone there where the lights are, which is exactly the same as how my other one went when I had the maroon one. So all we're going to do is simply we're going to take the badges off. We're going to cut along here, round there, and down there, and then we're going to use a second-hand piece off the original tailgate, because by doing this we'll have the radius on there, and we'll also have the radius on there. So that is the plan. So I need to start chopping. So as you can see, the rust has gone through in the bottom corners, and as I found out whilst doing some work on this one night, that it has also gone through on the other end because I put my knee through it. So it's not very good, which is why we are using a donor tailgate. What we may find we need is we may need the locking mechanism off the original one, because they're pretty well seized up. This one came from a local breakers. I've paid £15 for it, and it's sort of take it sold as seen sort of thing. So first job is obviously to strip the new tailgate. There shouldn't be a lot to come off the old one. Like I say, I might need the catches off of it, but this light's broken, so I will probably use one of the original ones. That's not a problem. I'll put them in a pot in a minute, and then that will come out of there like that. And then I've got the original ones off the other one, should they be no good. So again, this one's cracked. So I've took the bulbs out as well. The bulbs can go back in if they're okay. I don't want to have to be replacing them. So what I've got is I've got a knife that's been ground on the edge, and then this can be used to remove the badges off the tailgate like that. Now what this badge is, I'm not sure. I don't know if that was a dealer's badge or what, but it can always go back on. So I'm going to try and remove the lettering off of here, because again I'll reuse that. That's coming off nicely. I've actually got templates for these, so I can get the spacing right. Right, so with all the badges removed, I have marked out roughly where I want to cut, so I can get it as square as possible. So I've cut my piece out that I'll use as a template to make the new bit from. When I did this last time, I only had one tailgate to work with, so I simply had to fabricate a new piece. This time I'm just going to use a good section off the old tailgate. Another thing is that I'm going to now use the DA over the paint to remove all the paint around that area in preparation for welding. I'm not a bodywork expert, but we've got 3 different types of pad. We've got a 50 grit, 120 and an 80. 120 being the finest. I'm going to use whatever this one is here, which I think is a 50, just to start off with, just to see how it goes. So this is held on with Velcro, like that. Screwdriver can go, we're done with that now. And then simply, it's air powered. So what I've found is that the 120 grit cuts the surface a lot better. I've just stopped to let the compressor have a break because it's been going non-stop for the last 10-15 minutes or so. So, well, not that long, but anyway. All I'm going to do now is just clean that little bit off there, and then I'm going to cut a new piece out of the old panel to go in here. So that's the new piece in there. What I need to do now is mark out and drill the holes for the lights. So I have my first light in place. I'm going to do the second one now. The outer 2 holes are drilled, but to mark the middle hole, all I did on the other side was get the rule across there like that, and then I marked a line through it. Albeit that's not very good, but I can't hold the camera at the same time. Mark 2 lines through it, and then that will find you the centre that you can then centre punch and drill it. So when I've centre punched, I drill a 4mm hole. Like that. And then I get this 4 to 20mm stepper drill. And go through to 18. Whoa. That's hot. $18mm, and I get the light. And then from that I can try it in, and then I can use the light to mark where the hole for that pin is going to go. Right, so that's all the welding done. I've got to dress it up using this disc in the grinder. And this is now done. I'm ready for a bit of filler over the top, just to smoothen it off, and then some paint.